So the Astros avoid their first shutout of the season thanks to Pena. Now the game ends as Cam Smith grounds out to end this one. The Astros salvaged 3 runs in that last inning as Jeremy hits home run number 3 on the season, but that was about all it was for the Astros to cheer about tonight as the Cardinals in control of this one from the start, win the opener 8-3.
I'm glad that I watched that game last night with a few beers and some spicy garlic wings because that was very difficult. I'm annoyed by how many of these Astros games this season have been difficult to watch. That one, lifeless, soulless, dead. It took them way too long to get going. And, okay, you get a Jeremy Pena home run with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Maybe you can take that into today. But last night was the kind of dud that makes you feel more angry, even though it's just 1 out of 162. The Astros offense couldn't do anything against Sonny Gray. I think Yordan Alvarez, the only guy who got hard contact off him those first 6 innings. And the pitching, specifically Framber Valdez, not what it needed to be. Framber stunk. He gave up the most extra base hits, 5, that he's ever allowed in a major league outing. He couldn't create any whiffs. And his sinker's hanging up there. Curveball's not exactly where you want it to be. This is one of those starts where that annoying question that I feel like we ask whenever Framber struggles on the mound comes back to the table. What do you do about Framber? Say things don't go the way that you want them to the rest of this year. You keep him. You're not trading him now, but if things continue like this, at what point do you change your mind? And I ask that question not because I'm advocating trading Framber Valdez. All I'm saying is, after an outing like last night, if the Astros were willing to trade Kyle Tucker, in spite of Jim Crane saying the window is always open, trading Framber Valdez at the trade deadline, at least to me, is not an impossibility for Dana Brown. He's got to be thinking about it. I mean, remember when Dana flexed and continues to flex about what the Kyle Tucker trade has done for the Astros, even with Tucker doing really well in Chicago? 1 year of control for 14 years of control. General managers have these little trade scenarios dance through their heads, I'm sure, at all times. So I'm not ruling out the possibility of Dana Brown thinking about it. Am I? No. But when starts like this happen from Framber Valdez, it magnifies that your offense stinks right now. It stinks. You can't really afford that from Framber. You definitely can't afford it from Hunter Brown tonight. You're needing guys like Hayden Wesneski to regularly pitch well, which to his credit, he has. So that's where I'm at after last night's game. I know we're pretty far away from it, 18 hours removed. It's still one of those losses that just makes you angry because they seemed so dead. It's a National League game, Paul. Those games don't matter. I get it. We talked about that when we were trying to rationalize the Astros start against the 2 National League teams to open up the year, right? Oh, they haven't played a real game in the American League yet. Sure, fine, whatever. But you lose a game like that, 8-3, where Nolan Arenado, who said no and would not waive his no-trade clause to come to you, is getting 2 doubles and a home run, and your offense can't do anything, it hurts a little more. So if you want to weigh in on that, 713-780-3776 to call in, to text in. You can join on YouTube at ESPN Houston. You can join on Twitch at ESPN 975. Some comments on the Twitch. Grinding on Coffee and Whiskey says this team is becoming really tough to watch. Yes. I think that I am going to give them the dreaded small screen TV treatment when I'm watching Astros games at home. Now, what will I watch tonight instead of the Astros game since it starts at 6:45? That is a good question. I have zero interest in any NBA play-in game. Warriors-Grizzlies is tonight at 9. I have zero interest in any of the other play-in games. That game determines who the Rockets play. So I don't know if I'm going to be watching on the big TV, the NBA, the Eastern Conference playing game, the 7-8 game between, who is it? The Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, I got to watch Trae Young flopping all over the court. F that noise. But I think the Astros, for now, are getting small TV treatment. NBA playoffs, I'd rather watch that. NHL playoffs, would I go there? I don't know. Should I continue rewatching The Wire? Probably not. I'm on season 5. That's the worst season. Could get into Severance. I did watch an episode, and I have an Apple TV subscription that I paid $10 for to watch an Astros game that I couldn't even watch. So these are the things that we could do. Framber Valdez struggled. You got to wonder about his future. This is Astros manager Joe Espada after yesterday's game talking about Framber, the ace of the Astros pitching staff.
Well, he came out and stuff looked pretty good in the first couple innings. Then pitch ahead, couldn't put hitters away. I thought his breaking ball stayed up. Some of those doubles were on his curveball, which has been really good so far this season. One of those that you just got to put it behind us.
Just got to put it behind us. Okay, but when the offense is bad, and when the offense has been bad, Joe, I'm having a tough time doing it. 7-9 through 16 games. We are, what? A tenth of the way through the year? Damn, it's gone by quickly. And the Astros are one of 4 teams without back-to-back W's. Don't we all want to hear a little anger? A little fire and brimstone? I'm not getting that from Joe Espada. And that's not who Joe Espada is. It isn't. But whether it's him talking about Framber, well, I thought he was actually good early on. Oh, okay. Well, Joe Espada, here he is talking about Sonny Gray and the struggles of the Astros offense, which had only the one Jeremy Pena home run to show with 2 outs in the 9th inning all of last night.
He uses all his pitches. I think he did a nice job just kind of keeping himself balanced. But I do like the way we finish the game. Hopefully that offense carries over to tomorrow.
I hate that. I want to hear him say, listen, unacceptable. Got to be better. And I get it. It's a manager. You're placating to egos. You're not jumping on any of these guys. And hitting is difficult. I get all of that. But when things are going like this, I'd like to hear something that's not the same kind of spring training BS that you hear, where you're not quite getting gaslit like it's D'Amico Ryans talking about the Texans offensive line this past season, or Bobby Slowick explaining that football is football. It's not quite that, but oh yeah, Framber thought he was good early. The curveball just didn't continue to go. This is one of Framber's worst starts of his career. Oh, well, the offense got going at the end, so hopefully we have that today. Yeah, I hope so too. 713-780-3776 to call, to text on the most interactive sports talk show in Houston, on YouTube at ESPN Houston, on Twitch at ESPN 975. Look, if they're willing to trade Kyle Tucker while the window's open, you can't tell me Dana Brown, he watches a start like last night and isn't at the very least thinking about it if things continue at this rate. I mean, if he's flexing about 14 years of control for 1 year of control in Kyle Tucker, he's definitely at the least thinking about it with Framber. The only way that I think that he would trade Framber at the trade deadline, though, is if things get really disastrous. I don't think that's going to happen for the Astros. Last night just sucked, and I'm sick of watching games like last night. Fake Tony Stark comments, Framber will not be an Astro next year. Hunter Brown will get the opening day start. I kind of think he should have already. But I get it. You can't make Framber mad. And now the Astros probably have to change jerseys again for Framber. Because they already wore the blue jerseys for Framber, right? Now they got to wear the orange jerseys. What's next? The Space City jerseys? They'll never bring back the Tequila Sunrise jerseys, those heartless bastards. Shredder SO7 on YouTube says, why can't we just start the season like a major league ball club? I mean, they are to a degree. There are teams doing worse. But we have high standards here. Shredder continues saying, look at the back of the baseball cards. That is a little too close to Houston. We have a problem. I don't want to hear that. Sean, I don't know about you if you don't want to hear back of baseball cards, even in jest.
Yeah, no, we're good. Anything that, and I think that's part of the reason people are freaking out this year, even though after every game I see a new tweet about how the Astros have had this exact record at this point basically every year since the pandemic. But except last year. Last year was worse, and we got told about back of baseball cards a lot. And I think we just don't want to be reminded about, especially the start of last season. So yeah, I'm good on back of the baseball card talk. I'm good on um slow starts.
Me too.
I really like for like 20. Too late now. 2026. Can we just like start off like 8-5?
Yeah.
Like I'm not even asking for
Just a winning
15
record.
and 0.
Just
Like
a winning record.
just-
That's not that much to ask for. I mean,
some team has to do it.
is there any positive that comes out of this? It's making me feel guilty about how bad I've been over the entirety of my 36-year life at procrastination. And now that my 5 to 6 day bender to celebrate my birthday is at a close, we
see.
think.
We'll
see.
Hey Paul, want to watch the playing games tonight at Chili's?
I mean, sounds tempting.
There we go.
Sounds tempting. The tax, but I got see. I actually have to stay in tonight because I have to finish my taxes.
Get an extension. Come on.
I mean, I did it last year. No, we cannot enable my procrastination. The Astros are enabling my procrastination. I'm going to blame it on them instead of my own shortcomings.